Hi everyone, I'm Greg Reisdorf, Principal Multiplayer Designer at Sledgehammer Games. This week, instead of a traditional community update, we wanted to focus more on design and give you a preview of the changes coming to Call of Duty World War II multiplayer divisions on April 10th. Since the release of World War II, we've closely monitored feedback about divisions, tracked loadout usage, studied detailed analytics. That's why on April 10th, we're going to be rolling out sweeping changes to divisions and related core systems of World War II. Our overarching goal is to offer more customizable and a balanced multiplayer experience that will benefit all player types ranging from casual to professional. Which brings us to our first major change. Division skills like the SMG suppressor, shotgun incendiary shells, rifle bayonet, and pistol tactical knife will all become standard attachments that you select as part of your loadout. As for the sniper sharpshooter ability and the LMG bipod, both of these will be available globally with any weapon of its type. Shifting these weapon class attachments out of divisions provided us with the opportunity to amplify the playstyle focus of each division with a fourth new ability and rebalance the lesser used divisions like armored and expeditionary. Aside from divisions, we've also changed some basic trainings. We found that primed has become somewhat of a crutch. Even after we nerfed prime, the additional primary attachment that it offered was far more enticing than the benefits of other basic trainings. To remedy this, we've gotten rid of primed altogether and given the extra attachment it offers to all of the loadouts. We've also found that tactical equipment and launchers saw very low usage. This limited gameplay strategies and was against our design intent. To remedy this one, we've removed bang basic training and modified the launch basic training. Now all loadouts can be equipped with a piece of both lethal and tactical equipment, and launchers can be globally selected as a secondary. The last key change involves movement. During development, we experimented with a number of different sprint systems. Limited sprint was selected because it was a key aspect of traditional boots-on-the-ground Call of Duty, and we felt it better fit the historical setting of this game. However, the restrictiveness of limited sprint doesn't really benefit gameplay, so unlimited sprint is now standard across all divisions. Everyone at Sledgehammer Games really appreciates your feedback. We think you're going to love these changes. We hope they'll drive experimentation and amplify the fun of divisions. We can't wait to see what you do with it. These changes go live April 10th. Thanks for watching.
So Call of Duty World War II has been out now for 6 months, and they've only just now announced that this huge update will be releasing next Tuesday with DLC 2. In my opinion, I think these should have been in the game to begin with. Like most classes kind of struggled with only 2 attachments on the online weapons, so having the primed basic training was really helpful. But when using the infantry, I think it was a bit unfair, as only one class had the base of 3 attachments and then could be used with primed to get a 4th, which left many other people, many other players at a disadvantage. And when they mentioned the sharpshooter ability with the snipers, I think that should have been implemented from the start. I don't understand why that wouldn't be a thing. I understand they're trying to do like new different things to sort of make it theirs, to kind of put their own stamp on things, but sometimes it's best to just leave things as they were. I mean, as the expression says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're going to create an update where you kind of going back to how games prior to this have always been, it seems as though users not 100% committed to how your game stands in your head. And for me, I think it's okay. I think it's a good thing that they are listening to the fans and the players, and they're listening to the feedback and they're taking things on board. But I also think that they're not focusing more on how they can improve themselves as a game developer, as opposed to constantly fixing and tweaking the game, because a couple of hundred people don't like this, a few thousand people don't like that, and they just run straight up after them, and then they do the big fixes, and a lot of the time this leads to more complaints because people were happy with where it was beforehand, and some people prefer the new update, and then there's arguments on that, and a lot of the time it's just stupid little things how they don't work. I mean, on the war mode, whenever you're going through, it's been in the game since the start, and then it got updated, and then all of a sudden it would appear very loud and very deafening in your ears: a bomb has been planted on our ammo supply. Then they had an update with DLC 1 through that time cycle. It was fixed, it was fine, you would go through and you didn't have to sacrifice your ears in order to play the game. And then recently they had another update. I think it was just a patch update, or it was maybe the St. Patrick's Day, and then it came back. And it's small little things like patch updates that could send it to the way it was and how it wasn't working properly, or how it had changed, or simple things that would seem simple, like putting new skins on and adding a leprechaun to the map and all the St. Patrick's Day theme, has massively affected how some of the games play, and also it got beyond a joke with the leprechaun, but that's another story. I know this video was a little bit of a moan and a bit of a rant. It's not exactly enthusiastic and got no like oomph, but in all honesty, I'm just bored of World War II. I don't really see it, I can't see it surviving that long, to be honest. I mean, Activision has just announced the Spyro remastered trilogy. A lot of people's going to be excited for that. Black Ops 4 is months away, and it's going to seem like 2 minutes, and it's going to be taking over YouTube, and then obviously Fortnite. It's just the game at the moment, and everyone's jumping on that bandwagon. So in all honesty, as much as I dislike it, I don't blame people for going over to Fortnite, because World War II is, in my opinion, really, really boring at the moment, and I just think they need to do something spectacular with this new DLC to get players to return to it. But moan and rant over, and as usual, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon if you are new. You'll not miss out on any further uploads or any live streams, anything like that. If you agree with us, leave a like on the video. If you don't, leave comments down below, explain why, or just leave comments down below in general, just as to what your opinions are, and I'll catch you in the next upload or in the next live stream.